Miami Airport, a bustling hub of activity, serves millions each year. With high security and constant vigilance, it stands as a fortress guarding treasures from around the world. Within the airport lies a cash warehouse where millions are processed daily. Here, security guards ensure everything runs smoothly, unaware of the storm brewing just outside. State-of-the-art security systems and protocols safeguard this cache. Guards monitor every corner, ensuring no one slips through the cracks. But even the best systems have vulnerabilities. Olin Yo Daisnelia, the security supervisor, notices the guards' lapses. Doors left ajar, protocols ignored. A golden opportunity for anyone bold enough to take advantage. As Olin ponders these oversights, a daring idea takes shape in his mind, a plan that could change everything. He knows the right person for the job, his old friend Carl. Olin picks up the phone and dials Carl. He shares his observations and the bold plan, knowing that Carl's desperation might just lead to an audacious heist. Meet Carl Manjar, a 32-year-old from Cuba. Seeking a better life, he moved to Miami, dreaming of happiness and success. Little did he know, a fateful call would change everything. Next is Olin Yo Daisnelia, Carl's childhood friend. At 34, he supervises security at the airport. Olin is sharp and observant, always on the lookout for any signs of trouble. Meet Conrad Pereira, Carl's uncle, aged 45. He has a troubled past, but dreams of starting anew with the stolen money. He brings experience and wisdom to the team. Next is Jeffrey Bot Ride, Carl's 30-year-old brother-in-law. He's adventurous and impulsive, often diving into trouble. His reckless behavior may just spell disaster for the gang. Finally, meet Roberto Perez, a 28-year-old friend of Carl. With a knack for mechanics and an eye for detail, he's eager to help, but money troubles could sway his loyalty. Sinem, Carl's wife, is 30 years old. She is loving and supportive, unaware of Carl's dark plans. Her dreams of starting a family fuel Carl's desperation for money. Meet Alex Perez, a 38-year-old FBI officer. Sharp and determined, he's on the case to crack this robbery wide open. His instincts tell him this will be a challenging investigation. Olin observed the cash warehouse closely. He noticed the guards often ignored safety protocols, leaving doors wide open. This negligence sparked an audacious idea in his mind. The more Olin thought about it, the more convinced he became. If he could get Carl involved, they could pull off the heist. It was risky, but the potential reward was too tempting to ignore. Olin picks up the phone, dialing Carl's number with a mix of excitement and trepidation. He knew this call could change everything for both of them, launching them into a world of crime. When Carl answers, Olin explains the plan in detail. At first, Carl hesitates, weighing the risks against his desperate need for money to adopt a child. But the idea begins to take hold. Carl ponders the gravity of Olin's proposal. He knows crime isn't the answer, but the thought of finally having a family ignites a fire within him. Can he really go through with it? After much deliberation, Carl makes a choice. The need to adopt a child outweighs his fears. He agrees to Olin's plan, setting off a chain reaction that will alter their lives forever. With the decision made, Carl and Olin begin mapping out the details of the heist. They plan every move meticulously, aware that one mistake could lead to disaster. November 6th, 2005, dawns with an air of tension. Carl awakens, heart racing, knowing today is the day. The adrenaline courses through him as he prepares for the biggest gamble of his life. Carl gathers his gang in a dimly lit garage. The atmosphere is electric with nerves and excitement as they finalize their plan, each member aware of their crucial role in the heist. In the getaway car, Jeffrey and Roberto drive toward the airport. Their hearts race as they share nervous glances, feeling the weight of what's about to unfold. They're ready for action. Olin arrives at the airport, keeping a low profile. He checks his watch, signaling the start of their plan. He knows that every second counts, and the guards are blissfully unaware of what's coming. As the clock strikes noon, Carl signals to his team. The moment they've planned for is here. They approach the cash warehouse, nerves tingling, ready to execute the perfect robbery. Carl and Conrad slip through the open door, entering the warehouse. They're on high alert, aware that one wrong move could ruin everything. The sight of cash-filled bags fuels their resolve. With guns drawn, Carl commands the guards to surrender. The tension reaches a boiling point. Their hearts race as they quickly grab bags filled with cash, knowing they have mere moments to escape. As they load the bags into their getaway car, Jeffrey keeps watch. The escape route is clear, but time is of the essence. They jump in and speed away, hearts pounding with adrenaline. As the gang speeds away, laughter fills the car. They can't believe they pulled off the heist. The thrill of success dances in their minds, but the reality of what they've done starts to sink in. Back at their hideout, the gang gathers to count their winnings. Jeffrey, exhilarated, starts spending freely, eager to enjoy their newfound fortune, but not all are convinced this is a wise move. Jeffrey's carefree attitude turns reckless. He splurges on lavish parties, alcohol, and flashy items. His wild spending begins to raise eyebrows, sowing seeds of doubt and fear in the group. Carl watches Jeffrey's extravagant lifestyle with concern. He knows they need to lay low. The thrill of the heist is wearing off, and paranoia starts creeping in. They can't afford to get careless. Meanwhile, FBI officer Alex Perez launches a thorough investigation into the heist. He analyzes surveillance footage, looking for any leads. The pressure mounts as time ticks away. Olin starts feeling the weight of his involvement. Guilt gnaws at him as he reflects on the risks they took. He wonders if the money is worth the impending danger looming over them. Tensions rise within the gang. Carl confronts Jeffrey about his spending, leading to a heated argument. The unity they once had is now strained, revealing cracks in their plan. As the FBI closes in, panic sets in. Carl realizes their plan is unraveling. With each passing day, the pressure builds. They must act quickly to avoid capture before it's too late. As days pass, the pressure mounts. Carl feels the weight of their actions and knows they must lay low. The thrill of the heist has faded, replaced by the looming threat of arrest. Meanwhile, FBI officer Alex Perez dives deeper into the investigation. He analyzes every detail, determined to crack the case. With each lead, he gets closer to identifying the thieves. Olin's guilt intensifies. He starts to question his decisions, fearing the consequences. His mind races with the possibility of being caught, making him second-guess their plan. Meanwhile, Jeffrey's reckless behavior escalates. He flaunts his cash and throws wild parties, drawing unwanted attention. His carefree attitude puts the whole gang at risk. Carl confronts Jeffrey about his spending, leading to a heated argument. The gang's unity begins to fracture as tensions rise, with each member feeling the strain of their situation. The FBI ramps up their surveillance, monitoring the gang's movements. With each passing day, they gather more evidence, inching closer to uncovering the identity of the robbers. Olin reaches a breaking point. He decides to come clean, fearing for his safety and the lives of those around him. He knows it's time to face the consequences of their actions. Just as the gang begins to relax, the FBI swoops in. One by one, they arrest the gang members, leaving Carl to grapple with the fallout of their choices. As the dust settles, Carl sits alone in a cold cell, reflecting on the chaos that led to his arrest. The reality of his choices weighs heavily on him, and regrets flood his mind. FBI officer Alex Perez reviews the evidence collected from the gang's hideout. Each piece brings him closer to understanding the heist's planning and execution. Olin stands in front of a judge, testifying about the heist. His heart races as he reveals details of the plan, knowing he's sealing the fate of his former friends. In another courtroom, Jeffrey faces the consequences of his reckless actions. His lavish spending and wild lifestyle become evidence against him, leading to a lengthy sentence. As the trials unfold, the once tight gang splinters. Trust erodes among them, and whispers of betrayal fill the air. Carl realizes their unity has been shattered beyond repair. The sentencing day arrives, and each member of the gang faces the judge. The weight of their actions culminates in harsh penalties, with the reality of their decisions finally hitting home. Carl reflects on his choices during his time in prison. He contemplates what could have been: a family, a life free from crime. Now all that remains is regret. The heist that promised wealth ended in despair. As the story of Carl and his gang unfolds, it serves as a cautionary tale, one where greed leads to inevitable downfall. In prison, Carl reflects on the heist's aftermath. The thrill of stealing millions has been replaced by the stark reality of loss and regret. He wonders how it all went so wrong. Olin, now free, grapples with his conscience. He questions whether the money was worth it. His dreams of a better life have crumbled, leaving him with nothing but guilt. Meanwhile, Jeffrey serves his sentence, living in the shadow of his past. In prison, he realizes that his wild lifestyle cost him everything: his freedom and friendships. Officer Alex Perez reviews the case files. He understands that the gang's downfall was a result of greed and poor decisions. The heist, once a daring adventure, turned into a tragic tale. Carl's thoughts drift to what could have been: a loving family, a stable life. He realizes that the pursuit of wealth blinded him to the love and happiness he once had. The story of Carl and his gang serves as a cautionary tale. Greed can lead to unexpected consequences, and choices made in haste can haunt us for a lifetime. Carl reflects on the value of integrity and family. He vows that if he ever gets a second chance, he will choose a different path, one that leads to redemption, not destruction. As the story concludes, the legacy of the heist lingers. It serves as a reminder that every action has consequences, shaping the lives of those involved.